What's up, guys?
Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Two Honks podcast, the only podcast on the internet. My name is Joe Little. Sitting across from me, as always, is Lamar Costin. We're doing good.
What's going on?
How are you? How are you guys doing?
Yeah. How is the world?
How is the world as we see it? See, this is always recorded on Tuesday. We release it pretty much right away, but I imagine people, if they do listen to the podcast still, will listen to it on a Wednesday.
You're probably right.
So, I mean, a whole bunch of things could have changed in the world by the time you're hearing this this audio-only podcast.
Right, we're kind of time-stamped speaking to you from the past.
Yeah.
As it unfolds.
A little thing here. We're not doing the video on this one because we're tired of being regulated by the European Union.
This is an uncut, unregulated show now.
Yeah, this is an uncut, unregulated season, and the unregulated show now. And the other reason that this is going to be an audio only episode is because we have something very special planned for the 50th episode, which will be coming out next week. It's a special little surprise, so you guys are going to have to really bear down and get to enjoy this one. Can you believe it? We've been doing this for a freaking year now. I think we're a year in.
We are. I think you're right. I think we recorded and released the first 4 or 5 episodes at the very beginning of March.
Yeah.
So we're damn near a year here.
Yeah.
We're pretty much professionals now.
Yeah, we're professional podcasters now.
I remember when we first started the show, I'd be kind of like nervous. And now I just don't care at all anymore.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's good that I don't care.
That's a good thing.
That is good.
Because, I mean, the world is full of so much caring. People care. People care about stuff. Right?
Right.
Why are people, what do you think happened? Why do people care so much now?
They didn't care for a while, and then somehow they did.
Remember in 2015 when nobody cared?
2015 was kind of like...
No one cared.
I feel like 2015 was like our version of like 1969. Like that was the summer of love, wasn't it?
That was the summer of love.
I remember just...
Summer of love. That's that's the year I met my wife. So
there you go.
It was my summer of love.
I know. I particularly had a wonderful year in 2015. Mm-hmm. I let my puppies out and I let them breathe and walk around. Mm-hmm. And those puppies are still unchained. Yeah. I do not believe in putting puppies on leashes or in cages. Mm-hmm. Let them flap around in the wind. Mm-hmm. And that's still what I'm doing now.
Well, and I mean, I see a lot of people going around on the internet right now and they're saying, hey, you gotta lock up your puppies. You gotta lock up your puppies. Now, why do you think that is?
Everybody's saying that. I think it's fear.
I think it's fear-based as well.
Most things are. And I think they're afraid their puppies are going to run away and not come home. And if they do, I think it's probably because you're a bad person and they hate you.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if your puppies want to run away, then it just means that you're a shitty person. You're shitty.
Right.
And your puppies love.
Puppies equal love.
They're full of love. And they just love you.
Little bundles of love.
Yeah, little bundles of love, and they just want to love you. And if they all of a sudden want to run away, they want to run away from you, it's because you're not loving. You're not loving them. You don't love.
Right.
You know?
Do you love yourself?
Where's the love? What happened to love? Why doesn't anybody love anymore?
Yes, since 2015, you're right. There's been kind of
there's less love.
Lack of it.
There's so much less love.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, but I have a good feeling about this year coming up, and now this new 2022 is a new you. It's a new year. it's going to be a good time to explore your body more and love your body.
It's going to be new. It's going to be beautiful.
Let your puppies out. Let them
out.
Let them walk around and explore the world a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I mean, a lot of people are going to tell you that, hey, it's a dangerous time. It's a dangerous time. Don't explore the world. And we here at the Two Honks podcast, we don't care. We just don't care. We know the world's a dangerous place. We just don't care. Okay?
That's not going to stop. And your fear tactics are not going to work anymore.
Yes.
And I think it's a bad thing to teach our youth to be afraid all the time. You know, it's kind of like you think of a flower kind of growing and like following the sun and stretching its leaves out like our arms. You know, if we were a flower, flowering in towards the sun. And you don't want to put a big old, shade structure of some sort and closing that to block the sun from the flower. That's like our children, and our children need to stretch their arms out over their heads in a kind of a big yoga salutation towards the sun. And that's really important, because if they don't do that, then they're gonna go the other direction. They're gonna contract. They're gonna be afraid, and then they're gonna start beating their own kids. We don't need that. And we don't want to treat our puppies like that either. I think it's important to stretch. If you see the sun, just stretch out towards it, do a sun salutation. Really just open that chest up and just really let those muscles relax and just, grow towards the sky. The sky's the limit. The sky isn't even a limit. It's beyond this. Think of the next solar system even. So, yeah, I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like there's a metaphor here. There's a metaphor here. So the metaphor is that you're a flower, okay?
Exactly.
You're a beautiful, delicate flower.
Yep.
And there's a shade being cast over you, and you're not being allowed to bloom.
Right.
And that shade is your phone.
Right.
Put it down.
Right.
Stop using it.
Your phone is not your friend.
Your phone is not your friend. You can use your phone to listen to this podcast. I mean, I don't think there's too many other ways that people are going to listen to this podcast other than using their phone. But if you're listening to a podcast, you're not looking at your phone.
Right.
If you're looking at your phone and you're listening to this podcast, stop looking at your phone. Put your phone in your pocket. Put some fucking headphones on your fucking ears.
Right.
And quit dicking around with the fucking podcast. Okay.
I think that we overuse in this day and age. We overuse our eyeballs.
Slow down.
And the eyeballs
with your eyes.
There's a difference between hearing and listening. Does that make sense? And I think there's a difference between seeing something and looking at something. And that's the thing, is that our balls are tired from all of this processing and moving around. And like you look at the eyeball when it's reading something or looking at something, it darts all over the place. Like, so let's say you look at a person, right? First you look maybe at the eyes, then you look at the boobs. And this happens in a second, a split second. And then back to the eyes. And then it's like, it moves all over the place. Those balls are tired, man. Let those balls rest a little bit, brother. You don't need to use your balls to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, you don't.
That's the beautiful thing about our podcast.
Yeah, that's why this is an audio-only podcast on this one, because you don't even have to use your eyeballs, man.
Let your balls rest.
Just stop. Just close your... If you're listening to this podcast right now, just close your eyes. Hey, take a breath. Take a breath with me real quick, okay? We're getting too worked up, guys.
Yeah.
Let's slow it down.
Use your earballs instead.
Use your earballs.
They don't get tired as fast.
Yeah, they don't.
It's a passive process. When you're listening to sounds, where do they come from? They seem to come from nowhere and they disappear into nowhere.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it. Just let it go.
Yeah. What is it? What is it?
What are sounds?
What are they?
Right? They're some kind of vibration. It's a wave and it's a particle, right?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a Scientologist. I've said that before. Not yet. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to. I think it's important for people to just kind of just chill out,
just unpack that. And, I mean, if you just listen to the first 10 minutes of this podcast, I want you to go back to the beginning and listen to it again.
There's a lot of wisdom
because there was a lot of stuff in there. And it's I know it's dense. This is a very dense podcast.
Right.
We're dense. We're dense people.
We are very dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a woman come up to me on the street the other day. She said she was a fan of the podcast.
Oh, good.
And she said that we're so dense. And I said, thank you.
I had somebody yell at me in my car.
Yeah.
They said that you're very dense.
Yeah.
I said, thank you.
Yeah. I had a man say to me once, what, are you dense? And I said, yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And, that's a good thing.
That's good. Very astute.
That's a good thing.
This is, the only podcast on the internet. This is Two Honks Podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here. We are broadcasting. It's been the past several episodes now in my beautiful downtown historic
Alphabet District,
downtown Portland, minutes from downtown. It's a very bikeable, bike friendly,
hardwood floors.
There are multiple grocery stores in the neighborhood as well.
Nearby parks, playgrounds.
There's no pet rent here as well.
No pet rent.
And it's a beautiful place. It's
French
beautiful.
doors,
French bulldogs,
blinds on the windows.
Beautiful blinds.
You can close them whenever you want.
Thanks for joining us here. We've just come back from an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Yep, yet another AA meeting.
That's kind of what we do because we're working on ourselves.
Yeah,
and
Lamar here is he's 14 months sober, and later this month I will be at 6 months.
Is that right?
Wow. There we go.
6 months already, huh?
Go ahead and pat ourselves on the back for that one. I guess you can say.
That's really something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day too, because it's like I'm already a pretty weird guy.
Okay.
I'm a strange person. I'm very nuanced. I'm very unique. So I don't need any help from alcohol to be nuanced, special, and unique.
Okay.
One of the ways in which I have been experimenting with continuing to be special, unique, and nuanced, and individual, and special, more special than other people, is I have begun a new diet.
Okay.
So
a modified
or alternative
eating style,
strategy,
management style.
Yeah, management strategy, and that is I'm not vegan. I am a vegan.
Oh, okay.
So
I haven't heard of this one before.
And so veganism is it's a very new thing. It's not really like a hip diet.
Is that related to veganism?
I don't do the hip things anymore.
Okay.
Veganism was too hip, so I went with veganism.
Yeah.
And veganism is where you can only eat things if you don't know what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not heard of this before. So what kind of things are you eating? I imagine you can't eat pasta.
Nope, I know what that is. I can't eat it.
Hamburgers.
Can't eat it. I know what they are.
Okay, so basically, your standard
anything that you've had before.
Okay,
you can't really eat it, and something that happens. You want to allow yourself to eat, and sometimes it can be very hard as a vegan to be able to eat. And so what you end up doing is you find yourself forgetting what food is.
So you think maybe it helps to have a terrible memory?
Yeah, because if I forget what a hamburger is, then I'm allowed to eat a hamburger. Okay. But if I don't remember what a hamburger is, then I also might not go and eat that hamburger. So
what if you realize what it is, like as you're eating it?
Yeah.
Do you have to then stop?
Yes, you have to stop in the middle of it.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you Basically, you're going to take a lot of bites, lots of single bites of things.
Do you go blindfolded usually, or do you?
Like the other day, I ate a Brazil nut for the first time in my life. I'd never had a Brazil nut. I never knew what it was before, and then as soon as I ate one, I knew what it was, and I didn't eat any more.
Okay.
And the pounds are just flying off. They're just melting away, you know?
Yeah.
I don't exercise.
Yeah.
I don't I don't really do anything actually. Okay. I don't even eat because I'm a vegan.
I imagine as you go forward with that alternative eating management strategy style, as you go forward, it probably becomes harder for you to find foods to eat.
Yeah,
because you know what they are as you go.
Exactly. Because once you learn it, you can't eat it. That's what they say in the program.
And if I asked you about a dish that you don't recognize, and then I described to you what it was, would that mean it was off the table for you?
That would then mean that I could not eat that dish.
Have you ever had a pappardelle before?
No, I've never had a pappardelle.
Well, it's an Italian noodle and cheese with bolognese.
Oh, okay.
Sauce.
Well, now I can't eat it.
Okay.
I know what it is. So there we go. I mean, if the question is, can I have a snack? The answer is no.
Right.
Because I know what snacks are. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's...
It's a good one. It's really good. I mean, because everybody's looking for a quick fix, right?
Right.
We live in an age of quick fixes. Lose 10 pounds in 1 week. Lose 40 pounds in a fortnight. You know,
right?
Those kind of diets that are out there. My solution is just stop eating. Like if you want to lose weight and you don't want to put in any work, don't eat. There you go.
Well, that's not vague at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah.
And what would you say if somebody said that leaves a bad taste in my mouth? This idea of this veganism.
Well, it shouldn't leave any taste in your mouth because I mean, really, if that leaves a bad taste in your mouth, how does that leave a bad taste in your mouth? Right. If I'm just doing something, like you're not eating, you're not consuming something that tastes bad.
Does the person...
Why do people say that?
Maybe they have halitosis?
Yeah.
You think? Maybe it's like a medical condition.
Do you always have a bad taste in your mouth then? Because it sounds like maybe it's a personal problem.
Maybe you should check with your doctor on that.
Yeah, maybe you should, You should talk to your doctor about the bad taste in your mouth.
Why is there a bad taste in my mouth?
Yeah.
Dude, where did that phrase come from?
I don't know.
Do you think it came from a food thing? Because people say it all the time when it's not food related.
Yeah.
Like, a politician will say something, oh, that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would your
mouth get involved?
And it's usually, in regards to something that you don't agree with,
Right.
How would it leave a bad taste in your mouth? Because it's a sound that then came into your ears. Mm-hmm. Does that sound bleed from the ears and then go into your mouth somehow? These all sound like medical conditions. When was the last time you brushed your teeth? Did you brush your teeth recently? Maybe that's why you got a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The question there is like, why is your mouth getting involved in all these situations?
Yeah, can you get your mouth out of the situation?
Can you take your mouth out of it?
It's like when we talked about cocktails. Can you get your cock out of the cocktails?
Get your cock out of my drink.
Yeah, just stop doing the cock thing, okay?
Right.
It's really gross, okay?
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly.
Inappropriate.
Yeah.
A little bit, I think.
Pretty inappropriate.
I think it's pretty inappropriate.
Yeah, very inappropriate.
I have been thinking about this recently. Qualms.
Qualms.
I don't know. Nobody's talking about qualms, and I just kind of want to bring it up. Do you have qualms?
I think I have qualms.
Do you? Where'd you get your qualms from?
I think my qualms came from my upbringing.
Okay.
My parents, my nature, my nurture, nature.
You're right. You don't get them on a qualm tree. They don't grow on trees.
Yeah, qualms don't grow on trees.
Okay.
I did read some good bits of advice in the Bible once in the book of Qualms.
Did you?
And there was just some good life advice in there. You know, they talk about it in the AA program, the Book of Qualms.
Do they?
And I think
that's in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Isn't that like step 6 or something like that? You need to like remove all of your qualms from your qualm tree.
I think on Qualm Sunday.
On Qualm Sunday,
that's when you take those qualms to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, I remember. I'm a little bit older here, but I remember some of my friends had Qualm pilots.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Oh, Qualm pilots. Yeah.
Those were pretty popular back in the day.
Yeah, that's before you could even like make a call on your Qualm pilots.
And I think that you could keep your qualms in your Qualm pilot.
Yeah.
And store them in there somehow.
Yeah, I knew a kid who had a Qualm pilot, and he used to do math problems on it.
Really?
Yeah. He saved all his qualms in there.
Someday, I'd really like to take like just a short vacation to the Qualm Desert.
Yeah.
Just kind of like to kick back.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Qualm trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Flapping around.
Free of responsibility, but not free of qualms,
I'd be full of qualms.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Of qualms. I'd love to take my family there sometime so we could really get in touch with our qualms.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be great. Qualm Sunday. I celebrate every Qualm Sunday. What about you?
Yeah, it's a good time to release or acquire new qualms.
It's a good time of year to get together with your family and talk about the Book of Qualms.
Do you wash or rinse your qualms regularly? Is that something that you do for your own hygiene?
I rinse my qualms and I wash on Qualm Sundays.
You do a rinse?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rinse daily, wash on Qualm Sunday.
We should teach our kids more about these things too. It's important for proper growth, I think.
Yeah. I mean, these days we got the kids on the kids are getting on the social media quick, huh?
I think so.
How about that?
How about that? These kids these days.
These kids these days, they're getting on the social media.
Right.
They're talking about the tough stuff.
It's tough stuff now.
Tough subject matter. I remember when I was a kid, we went to the playground and we talked about candy and simple stuff,
It was easier, huh?
And now the kids are, they're talking about all kinds of. They're talking about the war.
The kids are talking about the war now.
Yeah. They're talking about their bodies.
Right, and that's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
Right.
But when are the kids going to be kids,
Is there any time anymore that kids can just be kids?
Can kids be kids?
Yeah. Can cats just be cats?
Can kids be kids? Hey, if you think kids should be kids, go ahead and shoot us an email to Honks Podcast. Let me know how kids are going to be kids. Yeah, 2honkspodcast@gmail.com. Shoot us an email.
Yeah, it would be nice, if there was some time for people to just not be freaking out all the time.
Yeah.
Like as they're like growing up, it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's just no time to just be carefree anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Why aren't we? Why aren't we carefree anymore?
I mean, we are, but
I'm extremely carefree.
We don't care anymore.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care at all.
Maybe that's the thing. People have forgotten how to stop caring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why is that?
I don't know. I think maybe people are like really stupid. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Or something. I think they might be stupid or something.
I think so. What are you, stupid or something?
Yeah.
Are you... Okay, so here's this.
I think people are stupid or something.
Take off the headphones here. Let's get serious for a minute.
Let our ears breathe a little bit, huh?
Yeah, let your ears breathe, But people... yeah. What? Okay. So... Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
And the difference between now and when I was a kid is that everybody shares their opinion.
That's true.
But how much, like for example, do you care about a stranger's opinion
right
on the internet. You know? How much do you care?
I think maybe people are looking for something to like invest their anxiety into.
Yeah.
You know? Do you think that's what it is?
Well, yeah. I mean, we have this misguided anxiety. I think when we were like cavemen, you know, you'd have anxiety when you know, there was a certain place where you needed to go get water. And there was
everybody's peeing in the water too. Probably,
yeah, well, there was like a legitimate threat to your water, to your life while you were collecting the water. Like there was alligators there or something like that. So that would give you anxiety because you'd be like, oh shit, I need to get water, but this thing might kill me while I'm doing it. But now we don't have that anymore.
Right.
You know, nothing's going to kill you. So we just assign anxiety to other things.
I think that's probably true.
You know?
Yeah.
So what are we assigning our anxiety to?
What are we going to do? What are we going to do with all that anxiety?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
What are you going to do?
You got to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
I know I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and it was showing me some horrible things, and it gave me anxiety because I thought these horrible things might be coming to my doorstep one day,
right?
And I might not even be prepared. They just gave me horrible anxiety, and I don't know if that's guided anxiety. Is that a good? Is it good?
Is it good?
Is it a good thing?
Do you think that's good?
I don't know if it's a good thing.
I don't think anxiety is bad per se, but I do think that like maybe with like social media, our anxiety is being exploited for the advertising companies.
I think people are exploiting.
Are we allowed to say
anxiety.
that? Are we even allowed to say that?
I think you might get canceled
because this is being hosted on like services that make advertisers.
They're trying to like make money off of advertising.
Trying to make money off of us. You can't say that.
But like, you know, I mean, it's you know, they're harvesting your information,
right,
to sell you stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sitting there at home and you're flipping through your phone, you're just being a good little consumer. You know.
Right. They kind of want to keep you anxious so that you keep scrolling or whatever.
Yeah, keep scrolling through your phone.
Because you're going to feel like you're going to miss it if you don't keep scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. And then they can offer you products and services, many of which you don't need.
You don't really need them.
But you're going to flip through and buy them because your phone's got all your cards saved on there and you're just going to flippity-doo.
You're going to be drunk, probably. So
here we go.
Why do people just buy stuff when they're drunk all the time?
Yeah.
You know?
Why is that?
When I would go to the bar back in the day and I would drink, there was a certain point, I know not everybody's like this, but for me, when I'd get past like 4 or 5 drinks thereabout, I would just start giving my money away to people.
Yeah.
I would just start, you know, any cash I had in my pocket would just go into someone's hand.
Yeah.
And I'd buy drinks for people on my credit card. Mm-hmm. There have been multiple occasions where I've run up like over $100 in drinks.
Yeah.
In just a regular night after work on like a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there? Like,
yeah.
What is that?
Why did you do that?
Why did I do that?
What's the reason for that?
Why am I trying to buy friendship?
Was it a misery loves company kind of thing? Were you miserable? Did you think you were miserable?
Right. Was I trying to get into a relationship? Was I trying to have sex with somebody? I don't think so. Maybe I was.
I mean, maybe.
Didn't happen. I mean, I never did.
I was there. I was there a few of those times, and you were mostly just buying drinks for dudes.
Right.
For all of our dude friends.
Did I want to have sex with a man?
No, I don't think so.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
If I did.
I think it's fine if you did, but I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember some of the nights.
Yeah. So maybe you did.
Maybe I did. And that's good.
And that's a good thing.
And that's a good thing. So maybe if I paid somebody inadvertently for sex with a man, maybe that's good. And maybe I'm proud of that.
Well, and I mean, you hear about this. I mean, there isn't any really such thing as free sex. I mean, you're gonna, you know, pay for it somewhere.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because somebody's gonna forget their wallet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even if you're not like, let's split the bill evenly. Like somebody's gonna be like, oh, I forgot my wallet or my phone or whatever. And guess what? Somebody else is going to pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And are they going to remember to pay you back?
That was like, that was like a fun time. A good memory with our old Canadian correspondent, Max. We got to get him on the show here soon.
We should get Max back on the horn.
Yeah, we should get him on the horn here soon.
Hey, Max, do you still listen to this show?
Yeah, Max, are you listening to this show? Well, here's a fun Max story.
Let's get you back on here.
Here's a fun Max story. So Portland, Oregon is about maybe a 30-minute drive away from a little place called Longview, Washington.
Okay.
And Longview, Washington had a little venue in there for a while. I don't think it's there anymore.
Didn't Green Day have a song called Longview?
Yeah.
Was that about that town?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Might have been. I hope so.
It's kind of cool.
But I hope so. But there. So there's a venue there, and they paid musicians really, really well. So Max and I went there, and they paid us each $100.
That's pretty good.
And I played for 2 hours. Max played for 2 hours, and we left with $100 a piece. It was great. It was a fun show. So then after we leave the show, we go to a gas station, and Max just buys a shitload of stuff off of the shelves.
Right.
Beer, snacks, all that kind of stuff.
Just your bare essentials.
Yeah, just your bare essentials. And then we drive back home. I think we might have partied or something like that. I'm pretty sure I blacked out that night or something.
You probably partied.
But woke up the next morning, decided to go get some breakfast.
Yeah.
And Max wanted to come along, so he came along with me to Darcy's. Remember Darcy's?
Oh, yeah. Great old hangover breakfast spot.
A little breakfast spot. And I still had like $75 in my pocket or something like that. I didn't spend that much. So I was sat down to get myself breakfast, and Max ordered his food. And then as soon as we had the food in front of us, Max looks at me and goes, "Hey, man, you think you can cover this for me?" I was like, what happened to your money, man? You made $100 last night, just like I did. Where'd your $100 go? And I don't even, to this day, I don't know where his $100 went. Because he didn't party with me all night.
Right.
We partied and did something. I can't remember what it was, but he went off to some other party. He must have spent all of his money.
Maybe he found some other entertainment.
Because he made $100 and it was gone. So maybe...
Well, I will tell you this.
Maybe he got laid. Hey, Max, did you get laid?
Maybe he got laid.
I hope so. I hope you did. Because that's the only thing that would be really worth it.
Something that I have been quite shocked by is the price of beef jerky nowadays.
Inflation.
Have you noticed that? Like, you get a little package.
Can we talk about the jerky?
With 3 ounces, what is that? Like a couple feathers worth of weight.
Yeah.
And it's like they're like $20 or something like that at like a regular gas station.
$20.
So maybe that's where the money went. I know.
What happened? What?
To
what happened?
Good old American jerk.
Yeah.
When you could just go down to the store and pick up a whole sack of jerk.
I got a sack of jerk for $1 when I was a kid.
You could get a whole honk of jerk for, a couple bucks when I was a kid.
Yeah, BOGO jerk honks. That's what they did.
Like the size of a small child.
Yeah.
You could eat all that.
Yeah, the BOGO jerk honk place was right next to the BOGO honk honk place.
BOGO jerk honk next to the honk honk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BOGO jerk honk next to the honk honk. They had open mics on Tuesday. That's when they had open mics on Tuesdays.
Well, they do BOGO honks at the burger joint on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Tuesday open mic with the BOGO jerk honk.
Yeah.
You could if you played your cards right, you could do a BOGO honk every night of the week. Yeah.
Everybody's eating jerk honks.
Right.
And
you could jerk it or
enjoying the open mic.
You could jerk any regular honk too for like an extra $1. Yeah, I remember.
And people were just jerking honks left and right.
Yeah, everywhere you look, you see people jerking their honks.
Yeah,
and that was like the style back then.
Yeah, right? I mean, what happened to this? Why did people stop jerking their honks?
What
do we got to do to get the kids to start jerking their honks again?
You don't really see the jerk style anymore.
Yeah.
With the honks.
Yeah.
They go.
I think there's some people out there doing it, but it's not mainstream like it used to be in the 90s.
Well, nowadays you see a whole honk, half honk, but plain, not jerk. They don't do the jerk style.
Yeah, they do a whole half honk, not plain jerk. They don't jerk the honk.
If you don't jerk the honk, you don't get the. I mean, there's a certain essence that you lose, I think. Yeah. Without the jerked honk.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have a jerked honk, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is your life? What is your life for?
You got to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself that question, because it's like,
do I really need?
Some people have never even had a jerk honk.
Yeah. I can't believe it, man.
It's kind of crazy.
Some people not having a A jerk honk?
Nobody's ever jerked their honk before?
Have you never had a jerk honk? If you're out there and you've never had a jerk honk, go ahead and shoot us an email, 2honkspodcast@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address because we'll send you a good jerk honk.
It's one thing to have a jerk style honk, but if you have a friend who's never had one, you might want to go ahead and jerk their honk for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, don't tell them about it.
Do it when they're not looking.
Yeah.
And they'll thank you later.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to thank you for that.
They might not be happy at the moment, but they'll thank you later.
They're going to be like, hey, did you just jerk my honk?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I encourage you to do.
Yeah.
Don't assault people, but you can jerk their honks.
Right. That's not what we're saying. Don't twist our words.
Yeah, don't twist my words.
We're talking about a honk of meat.
Okay, guys? Jerking honks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get Max back on here because I think he went through a period there for a sec where he was kind of like getting off the socials.
Yeah.
And I think that's good.
I think that's a good thing.
He was kind of, I think he's in line with what we're saying. It's bad for your brain to be doing that. It's bad for your brain. It's fear-based and it's terrible for you.
Fear-mongering.
Fear-mongering.
Fear-mongering, warmongering.
Right.
What's it like in Canada, though? I mean, I wouldn't know if Max is on social media or not because I'm hardly ever on social media.
Yeah, nobody's really doing it. I bet you in like a couple years, we're going to look back and people are going to be like, what were we doing on that? Well, why did we spend so much time on the social media?
Yeah, everybody's going to go back to LiveJournal and just share their LiveJournal with like a few friends and family members. Like that's what it should really be.
Whatever happened to WordPress? You remember that?
Like it's like a group text, you know? Let's just start a group text, guys.
Can we?
Can we just do that instead of social media? That would be great.
Do you remember Fortune Cities? Can we go back to that? Can we make our own websites?
I don't even remember that.
That was like the predecessor to MySpace, basically.
Oh my God.
You could get a free little website with all the animated GIFs.
I had Zanga.
Zanga? I don't know that one.
Yeah, Zanga. Zanga.
That sounds stupid.
It was Xanga. Zanga.
Oh. Zanga.
Yeah. I had it in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make your own website?
No. You basically just did posts kind of like you did on MySpace or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But MySpace was dope, you know?
Yeah.
Because you got to like code your page or whatever, you know?
Do you ever go back to like the Wayback Internet Machine? Have you ever fucked around on that?
The Wayback Internet Machine?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's maybe part of archive.org or whatever, but
they'll show you the web page, what the web page looked like back in like 2006 or whatever.
You can like pick the different dates that they have cached.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty dank, dude.
Yeah, I think you showed that to me. It's archive.org, right?
Archive.org. Yeah. It's pretty dank.
Yeah. That's dank.
It's pretty dope.
That's dope.
That's uber cool.
That's dope and that's mega cool.
Do you remember when people said Uber?
Uber.
I think, is that where the company got it from? Like they're like, everybody's saying
Uber, and then the
cool.
company turned to Uber into like their company, and then everybody stopped saying Uber.
Aren't they like the Republican pickup service?
Yeah.
Right? And like Lyft is like the Democratic one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Home Improvement is like the Democratic Lowe's.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lowe's is like the Republican Home Improvement store.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really odd, isn't it? Why do we have to like politicize
What's the difference though?
Well, they have red for the Democratic one, and then it's orange, and then blue for the Lowe's one.
Well, to me, there's no conceivable difference between either of those things. So.
Well, they must work in cahoots because you notice they're always like across the street from each other.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a Target, there's an Applebee's.
Yeah.
There's a nail salon place that's always the same company.
Yeah.
I think they have like some kind of a thing worked out where they just stamp those anywhere USA.
It might be owned by the same people.
Yeah. You just see them and it's the exact same stores. That's what tripped me out. Like if you go to like North Carolina, I'm pretty much anywhere in the country. I think if you go outside of major cities, you'll see that like those shopping centers that have like the same exact stores. There's a PetSmart. There's a Home Depot.
Yeah, the strip mall, the Great American Strip Mall.
They're all the same companies. They're all those same companies, and they're probably all owned by the same people.
Yeah,
right?
They got like Domino's. They got Taco.
You got your Domino's. You got your chocolate factory or cheesecake factory or whatever.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that all? Aren't they all just terrible?
They got BJ's.
You got a BJ's.
You got a BJ's.
You got there's a Walmart around the corner.
Yep.
Right, a little bit down the corner.
Yep. There's a Target a little further away from that.
You got a Cash and Carry. You got a Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or whatever it is now.
Yep.
Hard to keep up, right?
Yep.
When I was a kid, it was Roy Rogers.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. That was like 150 years ago.
Yeah, 100 million.
140 million.
145 million, I think.
Yeah.
Years ago.
I wonder if those are still going to be around, like, so let's say another 100 mil from now.
Well, I mean, is when the grid goes down,
right?
You know, that's going to be the collapse of society.
That's the collapse of the American family.
That's a collapse.
Do you think that, like, before internet, the grid was created?
Yeah.
I bet people were saying, "Oh, you just wait till the grid goes down."
Yeah,
and people were like, "What the hell are you talking about? What grid?"
Yeah.
And they just start pointing up to the constellations in the sky.
And then some people were like, "Hey, you just wait until the grid goes up." And then they were like, "Oh, what grid?" And then somebody murdered them, and that's what happened.
And they probably
didn't even get to see the grid; just someone killed them.
And those murderers are the ones that put the grid up.
Yeah,
because they're all killing people.
And now we're all alive here. We're relying on the grid. Now the grid's going to go down, and someone's going to murder us. They're going to put up a different grid.
A different grid? What if they're overlaid grids?
Yeah, be prepared.
If there's another grid,
it's coming.
Right.
It's coming. It's coming in hot.
People have been saying that for, I think Jesus said that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Jesus said that in the book of Qualms.
He said the grid's coming down, the families are going to fall apart.
Yeah, families are going to fall apart. The American families can be dead.
Jesus said that. The American families are falling apart.
I think that was Qualms chapter 45, verse 12.
Yeah. The book of Qualms.
The book of Qualms. And the Lord saith unto the people, the grid's going down.
Right.
So y'all motherfuckers better be prepared.
And the ashes.
That's what Jesus said.
The ashes from the grid that created Ash Wednesday for the Qualm Sunday.
Yeah.
So that it all ties together.
Yeah. It all comes together.
It makes sense. It doesn't have to, but it does.
It's full round. And I mean, I don't want it to be true.
Right.
I don't think that it should be true, but it's true. It's coming. It's coming for your doorstep.
Right.
Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
If it's okay with you, then I think the grid will come down. If you're not okay with it, then it won't.
Yeah, if it goes down and you're okay, then you're okay.
Then you're fine.
But if you're not okay, you're not okay, and the grid's gonna go down anyway. So
right, and then it will just go down around you.
What are you gonna do?
Right.
What are you gonna do?
I know what I'm gonna do personally. I'm going to like freak out.
Yeah.
That's my strategy and that's my plan.
Yeah.
And that's my choice.
I'm gonna full on. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have like a panic attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I think
rage.
That's really gonna help the situation. I know a lot of people are just planning on like drinking through it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna have a full on meltdown.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna rage.
Okay. You're gonna throw a rager.
Yeah. I think other people are gonna drink all the way through it, but then what they're gonna run out of alcohol, and I'm just still gonna be raging on. So
okay,
there we go.
Yeah, I heard Jessica might be throwing a rager for the old grid party.
Yeah, the grid part when the grid goes down, just throwing a big one.
What if when the grid goes down, it's actually like a really good thing? Like it'll be like a huge relief.
I hope so.
Because then we won't have to like look at our phones all the time. We can actually like talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that will happen?
I hope so.
I think there's a fear. Like when we were talking about people on the pre-pro here about people on their phones, like. Seems like there's anxiety there. People are like, they don't know how to be present with other people. Mm-hmm. But I think that when the grid goes down, people are forced to like actually talk to each other again.
Yeah.
I think they might find that they actually enjoy it. Like maybe they will have fun.
Yeah, either that or they just won't know how to do it anymore. They'll just have completely forgotten. You know?
Just stare at each other.
Yeah.
Wordlessly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That could be funny.
Look at their hand.
Right.
Or something, you know? It's like, oh, what's this line mean? Oh, I don't know.
Wonder what that is.
Let me flip through some memes on my hand.
Right.
Okay?
Have you ever seen videos of people like that are like super fucked up on drugs that are staring at their phone and the phone is like screen's not even on and they're like using it as if it is?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I've seen those.
I always wonder if it's like if people. Because, you know, we like nothing really exists.
Well, aren't they just like trying to get it to work, though? And it's like the battery's dead or something like that? Or
no, I think they're like, I mean, I've seen multiple ones, but some people are like flipping through and like looks like they're reading stuff.
Yeah.
like swiping through Tinder or whatever.
Weird.
But you know, like we like create everything. We create reality in our heads.
Yeah.
So I think maybe on certain drugs, you kind of like you lose that filter where you can like project those things onto your phone.
Yeah.
So maybe when the grid goes down, we won't even need it anymore. We can just project our fantasies.
Use our minds.
Yeah. We can actually tap in and just create our own grid and project that on top of the old stupid dead one.
No more VR headsets for you, idiot.
Yeah, no more stupid, dumb, old,
just use your
boring grid.
Use your mind.
We can use our mind and create hyperspace realities.
And that's a good thing.
And that'll be fun and good, and that's good to stare at that.
That's a good thing.
We think you should stare at that phone.
Yeah.
The one that you created out of your mind.
Just create it with your mind.
Face.
Stare at it.
Stare with your face.
Stare at it with your face.
Use your eye holes and stare at it.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's good.
That's a good
And that's healthy.
That's healthy.
That's something we want to teach our kids how to do.
Yeah.
Stare at the fake phones.
Yeah.
Make your hand a phone.
That's what makes you a contributing member to a good society.
Oh, there's a funny video of like a drunk lady walking into like a Plaid Pantry or something.
Yeah.
Like a convenience store, and she's got one of those like fake children's phones.
Yeah.
And she has like one of those credit cards they give you that's just a piece of plastic that's just says credit card on it. And she's like trying to use it, and like she's like showing her phone and like trying to like tap the icons that don't move. And everybody's like laughing at her and stuff, but I think that's like what the future is going to be like.
Yeah.
Because what's the difference between this piece of plastic and this other one? And what's the difference between this fake phone and this real one?
Yeah.
It's really just our mind brain, our face.
Our brain mind, our face mind.
Our face waves.
Your internal face mind.
Your brain face organisms.
Yeah.
That use lasers to change it.
So your brain face organisms are projecting onto the debit card.
Right.
To make your brain face organisms project back from the debit card that makes the debit card work on your brain and your face.
And their face looks at your interface.
Yeah.
And then you say,
and if your face is interface, then the transactions work.
Yeah.
And
if you both believe it, then that makes it true.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the future, is like, we're already living in this like made up reality anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it that, am I that crazy to think that?
So let's just make it up again.
Let's just make it even weirder again and use children's telephones.
Yeah.
To swipe around.
I'm for it.
I think it'll be more fun, honestly.
I'm for it.
Because, the stuff that people are swiping on is kind of boring, I think.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
boring. Like, what are you looking at? And you look at it and they're like, oh,
nobody's going to remember those memes that they're looking at 50 years from now. All that silly stuff that you watched on Instagram last night.
Yeah.
No one's going to know it.
It's like we cycle through this stuff so quick. It's like you look back a month and you're like, oh, that old meme was so lame,
Yeah.
I remember when I was stupid and looking at that.
Yeah. I remember when I was lame.
Yeah.
No, that's lame. So.
Yeah. But you're always lame.
Yeah.
And you just don't realize it because what's happening now is
you're
too new.
You're not as cool as you think you are. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing now that you think is cool, you're going to look back on and be like, oh, I was a stupid idiot for doing that.
I was a stupid moron.
I was wasting my time and I was an idiot.
I was a dumb, stupid moron.
Yeah.
An idiot.
A stupid idiot face.
And my face wasn't interfacing with the other face.
Your face wasn't in her face to interface. And I just think, I don't know. That's that's how I feel about it, and that's what I said.
That's what I think.
That's what I said.
That's my opinion on the matter as well.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I said that.
Uh huh.
So yeah.